Hello, everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far. Um, Hopefully you can hear me because I don't see my mic moving at all. But anyway, um, I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I have been having a wonderful week. I am just excited to come here with you guys today and to share some exciting news. I am so happy. You guys are like, oh, Jovita, you are always happy, but I am. I really am. And I'm so excited to be here. So welcome to Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. I hope that, cheers. Let's do that first, right? So I today's great. Today's great. Let me introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help boss women go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and alone to giving herself permission to heal and be free so that she can live a harmonious life. I basically give her the tools so that she could heal and be free and live a harmonious life because we all want the goal of having peace and harmony in our lives, and we want our lives to be like that. I have also equipped her to just become a better version of herself, like whatever she is 2.0, like on 1,000, right? But anyway, that's who I am. I am also an author, a coach, a consultant, and a mentor. So welcome to Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. So tonight's topic is, do you know your love language? Tonight's topic is, I say it twice all the time. Don't ask why. I just like doing it that way. But anyway, tonight's topic is, do you know your love language? And I ask that because many times in relationships in general, it doesn't matter what type of relationship you have, a lot of us, don't really know how to say please our partners, so to speak, or how to just love on our partners, how to fulfill their needs, their wants, fill that gas tank, or well, love tank, so if so to speak. So I just want to know, do you really know your love language? And if you don't know what the love languages are, I'll give it to you. One is acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation. And I want to read what those mean to each one of you guys, because it's it's important, right, to know what it is. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we got it here. We kind of know basically off the topics that what it is, right? So acts of service basically just means like just doing things for others or having people do things for you. Like if someone just go takes the trash out, if someone actually washes the dishes, clean the car, take the car and put gas in the car. Those are different things of acts of service, right? Or, go get your lunch, right? But, that's acts of service. And another one, receiving gifts. Some people like to buy gifts, little things, but just give gifts, buy gifts, you know, um, give gifts out to people, just do a lot of that stuff, just the gift giving, and it likes receiving gifts as well. So that's what receiving gifts mean. Quality time is, it can go real deep if you wanted to, but quality time is like spending time with that person, or that person shows you their love by them spending time with you. They're taking time out of their schedule, to spend time with you. That's how they show you that they love you. And that's kind of how they may want to receive love, excuse me, as well, is by you taking time out of your schedule to like spend time with them. Physical touch. Physical touch is just touching, maybe kissing, some of those things, right? But that's just kind of what it is. It's literally physical touch, being right next to the person, or always giving a hug. That's kind of what physical touch means. And words of affirmation is like, I want, some people love to hear positive things about themselves. They love to hear that, oh, job well done. Oh, you're beautiful today. Oh, you look good. Or that thing is just making you glow. Or I, appreciate you for doing this for me. People like to hear that. So those are the 5 love languages. So my question again is, do you know which one is yours? Does any one of them like resonate with you? I know for me, and I'll share this story with you guys about how I kind of tapped into the love languages. So I just kind of see things differently than most people. That's what I tell myself, right? But in doing that and seeing things differently, I kind of look at the person and see kind of what makes them tick, what makes them like, what brightens their put a smile on their face and stuff like that. And I started noticing that, and I'm like wondering, like, what is this? And then in my journey to, love myself more and heal over just whatever it is I was going through, this years ago, I came across this book by Gary Chapman, the five love languages. And I was like, that's interesting. So I actually read the book and I listened to the book, and I was like, wow, this opened my eyes to how people respond. And I love studying people and behaviors. I don't know why I didn't go into what sociology, psychology, whatever that field is, right? I didn't go into any of that, but because I'm an engineer. But anyway, but I love reading on things like that. So when I read the love languages, I was like, oh my gosh. I had a friend of mine, and he was explaining something about one of his relationships to me. And he was like, I go and I get her this and I buy her this and I buy her that. I just give her just the little gifts and stuff, and she's just not appreciative. And I remember that conversation we had, and I'm like, oh my gosh, when I read that book about the love language, I was like, his primary love language is giving gifts, actually, doing things for somebody. So I started to look at him differently as, my friend. I'm like, okay, now I understand why. And he wasn't giving me the gifts. He should have gave me the gift. I'd have been, thank you. However, but anyway, so I realized in that moment that that was his primary love language. And so being told, accepting the gift, if you accept his gift and you were appreciative of it, he was like, that filled him up, and if you gave him gifts, that also filled him up, because he kind of wanted that in return, but he never said that. And I told him, look, you might want to talk to her and like let her know what it is that you like and what you want, what you expect, what makes you smile, what makes you happy. But in going deeper with that with myself, I actually took the quiz, you guys. Oh my gosh, blows you away, because it asks you some of the same questions several different times, right? Several different ways, however it goes. But I took the quiz, and I'm telling you guys, every time I take that quiz, and I've taken it several times, I have come up with the same results. The same results. So I know that my primary love language is quality time. That is it. That is mine. I If I'm taking the time out to spend time with you, that's me showing you that, I got nothing but love for you. I care for you, any type of relationship. And if you do the same thing, then I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm good. I'm so good. Like with me and my girlfriends, if I'm down, if my tank is kind of on E, I will have an impromptu like, hey y'all, save the date, whatever that date is. I want you all here. If you got kids, bring your kids too. And I would say that. And I have my girlfriends come over, like we can call it wine night, we can call it just bitch and gripe, we can just call it whatever. We just chilling. It's a ladies' night, whatever it is, because I needed them there, because I needed my tank filled. And once I got that, once we spent time together, okay, I'm good for at least another. It's gonna sound bad, but at least another 5, 6 months, right? I'm good, right? But I mean, that's that's my way that I love people. That's how I show love. That's how I kind of want love in return. So just think about it. Do you know what your love language is? Do you know your love language? And so I also applied this when I was raising my son. He's a grown guy now, right? He's really grown. But when I was raising him, I realized that he needed to fill him up. He needed those words of affirmation. He needed to hear me say, I am proud of you. You did a really good job today. He needed that, because that lightened him up. He smiled. He was all happy and all that good stuff. But I realized that. So the love language doesn't only work for romantic relationships. It works for friendships. It works for um relationship with your children, relationship with people at work. I mean, it helped me actually kind of sort of become a better manager, because I kind of paid attention to what people did and what they needed. It helped me focus more on that and on the person themselves and seeing what they need so that we can get the task done, right? Because everybody needs whatever push that is so that we can get the task done. So it helped me overall become a better person, but also it helped me really express myself and how I feel that I need my tank filled, right? So going back to, I told you what my primary was, and the spectrum is so was such the same. It's so wide because receiving gifts is not my primary love language. It's not my second. It's not my third. It's not my fourth. It's dead last. And every time I've taken that quiz, it was 0 points for that one. It always came in dead last. Then you have a little gap, and then between the words of affirmation and what's the other one? Gifts is last. Quality time is first. So between words of affirmations and physical touch and acts of service. Acts of service and words of affirmation were kind of near the bottom as well as gifts, because I that doesn't fill me. I appreciate them. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate receiving gifts. I do. I do appreciate receiving gifts. However, I am not the best gift giver. I am not. I don't think about gifts because that's just not how I show you how I care, right? So, but I do appreciate receiving them. I do appreciate hearing words of affirmations. I do. I love them. I give them as well, but it doesn't fill me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give me that, I'm good, right? I love acts of service. I love doing things for others, and I also like, I am appreciative when people do things for me. I'm very appreciative. I don't knock any of those things. But my second place one is physical touch. I didn't think that was a thing for me because I'm really not that affectionate or anything like that. But I do realize that that came in. I kind of, I guess I like it a little bit, right? I mean, it don't fill me up all the way, but gives me a little like, oh, okay, yeah, you care about me. All right, yeah. But physical touch when we're spending time together, which goes into my quality time, right? So I mean, just think about these things, and when you're going in your relationships, when you're trying to evaluate your relationship, think about that. Because do you know your love language? And not only do you know your love language, do you know your partner's love language? Do you know your child's love language? Do you know your parents' love language? Do you know your siblings' love language? Like, do you know your entire family's love language? Because they tell you, but you don't pay attention to it because that's not your primary way to show love. But sometimes we have to step outside of our primary way to show love and show it in other ways. Like I told you guys, words of affirmation was not mine, right? So I would not do it, but I realized that that's something my son needed. And so that's what I did. Kind of sort of had to get used to doing stuff like that, but it was something that was needed for him so that he felt like his mom loved him and cared about him and stuff like that. I filled his love tank when I did that. And so, and that goes to say for me as well, just spending time. We don't even have to be doing nothing. We be in the house together and I'm good. Because I'm like, all right, well, we're here, we're together. We could be watching a TV show. We don't have no conversation, but we can have conversation as well. So just spending that time and getting to know one another, that's me. That's primarily me, but just I know what my love language is. So I want you guys, I challenge you to go out and either get the audiobook. It's on all kinds of stuff. And it has different variations of it. They got it for single people, got it for married people, got it for parents, got it for children, got it for friendship. It has a whole different a bunch of variations of it. And take the quiz and kind of see and assess what your love language is. You might be surprised that you may think you like to hear people say things about you, but when you answer those questions and really think about them, you may just like receiving gifts. I don't know, just one of those things. But I thank you guys because that's all I have for you. I know I was a little bit late, but that's all I really have for you tonight. Just really sit and think about it and resonate on, do you know what your love language is? Because once you know what your love language is, you can communicate that to your partner, your friends, your family, you can communicate that, and then they can try to incorporate that and trying to show you that they care about you, and vice versa. Once you learn theirs, you can incorporate that and trying to show them that you care, because that stuff is important. I didn't realize it way back when, but until I started going through my own journey myself, that's when I realized how important knowing what the primary love language is, and how it can help better your relationships in general. All right, so thank you guys for joining me tonight on Wind Down Wednesdays. My glass says on Wednesdays we drink red, and guess what I got? Red. Cheers. Thank you. And if you need any clarity on anything that's going on, please shoot me out. Excuse me, that went down wrong. But please schedule some time to talk with me at www.chatwithjovita.info. It's a free consultation. We can just go through some things, check some things out, and hey, if I can help you, cool. If I can't, I will find a way to help you or find someone who can. All right, thank you guys, and see you next week for Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. Bye.